Hello, welcome to Coldborough Farm. Yeah, I think I'll put the announcement on Steam a bit more often because that was just that's just a good idea. So if you're not part of the Steam group, which you really should be, it's steamcommunity.com/groups/RainbowDave Gaming. I believe I've named it. Or just search for, if you're on Steam app, the Steam. If you're on Steam itself, just search for RainbowDave Gaming and you will find the Steam group. And I will try to remember to put notifications up every day so that you guys can know when the when the Steam is going live. Yes, when I'm turning Steam on. No. I maybe didn't get enough sleep last night, so I'm a bit haywire today. Which could make for entertainment, I guess. I don't know. Faye, I don't know if you downloaded or tried to download that Caverneland pack. It doesn't actually exist. Whoever made it took it down off whatever hosting site they were using, which is a real shame because that thing looked pretty damn sweet. Alas, it is not a mod. That. You're just a few minutes into Dagwood's video. I tend not to watch Dagwood, I just follow what maps he's on. And Ford is saying I should refill the map. I really should. I might do it after I've got this stubble cultivation done on this field, because we're nearly done here. I'll go refill the Massey and get a different field started. Because I am pushing it a bit, because I do like having the tractors as full as possible, and having it red is just scary for me. I don't like it. You didn't try and download it? Yeah, I tried to download it last night. Finally found whoever put it up took it back down, unfortunately. And I'm looking for something now that I'm actually looking for something that I want to use for this map. I'm not seeing an awful lot of what I want. Buy a Bowser. Nah, there's no need to buy a fuel Bowser. I mean, I'm working so much around the farms that it's only like a 30-second drive to get to the fuel. There's no need for a fuel Bowser. So what I'm currently looking for is a small feed mixer. Like, I don't know if you played 2013 and you used this mod, but I personally love the animal feeding mod for 2013 with the smaller feed mixer in it. That is just what I want right now for this map. I think that the default in-game one is good. It's just a bit small. I mean a bit big, even. I could use the... As your board, you look. I tried looking on FS15LT, mod hoster, and the ones they have are alright, but they're not kind of what I want. Yeah, it seems to be all big ones or dodgy looking Russian ones. And with me being as picky as I am with mods, okay, good. With me being as picky as I am with mods, sorry about that. Something happened that I'm not going to repeat, but I needed to check if there was going to be a repeat performance of that exact thing. That was scary. There are some like really small ones which are too small, and then like there's ones that are really really small and yet have a 24,000 litre capacity, which I don't really get. There is in fact music playing, it's just really 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 quiet. What's Ford oohing over? So as I've told Ford already, tomorrow's stream will kind of depend on how I feel after payback tonight. It'll either be a few hours of Project Cars or no stream at all. If I'm feeling good, I'll do a couple hours Project Cars, do some sort of endurance race, and screw about on there. If I'm feeling super tired, I'll... You found a Power Hour by Ego. That's been out for a while, Ford. I don't really like Ego's newer stuff, and I don't really see the point in getting a Power Harrow. And no, I've just realised the stream is set as Project Cars on YouTube. I need to fix that. Do I want it? Nah, I'm good without it. I don't see the point of getting a Power Hour. So bear with me a second. I've just realised the stream is set to Project Cars. Alright, let's get the chats back up. I have Twitch chat up just because I know it'll be used eventually. Stream isn't set as PC. What? It is on my end. It's saying on my end that it's Project Cars. Like on YouTube it's saying the game is Project Cars, which... Update to the Power Harrow, there'll be new update to Spent Pack soon, so the hoses and stuff. I thought you meant PC as in personal computer. I was like, what the hell? I never set the stream to say PC. It's a... Oh yeah, it's saying Coldborough. The titles and everything are correct. What's actually happened is the game category for YouTube gaming purposes. That was set as Project Cars. It was... Everything else was fine. It was just something you guys tend to... It's like hidden down in the bottom of the description. That was set as Project Cars. That's where the confusion is reigning. So, the video tonight. I'm going to talk about that real quick. Normally I would do... Well, I said that I'd do like 2 deliveries on a Sunday, but after the 50-minute video on Friday, yeah, one delivery is enough. If I can get like up an entire state, that's a good delivery for Sunday. Especially if you get like a super long video during the week, because there's only super long deliveries available, or I'd screw up horribly. I really did enjoy Friday's video as well. I really enjoyed recording that. I mean, I sounded angry, but that was... Yeah. It says I'm playing Project Cars. I've changed the farm sim, but it won't update in the stream. What has Ford managed to find? By the way, I'm just kind of on the Project Cars racing kind of thing. I've been playing a bit more Assetto Corsa, as you might have noticed. If you're friends with me on Steam, I'm playing a bit more Assetto Corsa of late. And the Lotus 49 isn't as chaotically terrible as I remember it. You found the bulk handling kit. Oh, I knew about that for ages. For that bulk handling kit, if it's the one that I tried, because I tested one before, it is terrible. I found the Ford pack that they were saying was Forces, and it was a load of TWs. I know about everything you find. That's kind of my role, dude, is like... you forget, Ford, that I tend to look through mods a lot. Is the proper one? It's not the proper one. The proper one would be an FSUK. Oh wait, it's an ARM team mod, isn't it? No, bulk handling was Euro DZN, which is now NA modding. So it can't possibly be the proper one. If it was ARM team, I'd understand if it was like an official release of somebody doing a conversion. Speaking of which, the new copyright on ARM team mods means I can try converting some of them. I can try and get some of my more favoured ARM team mods working. Yes, it is the proper one. It's not the proper one, because if it was, it'd be released under NA modding and FSUK. It's probably a conversion. Now I do know there is one working somewhere. Because I've seen it in videos. Although I don't know if it's like a private convert or whatever. But there is one that does work somewhere. Now? What? What's now? Yeah. That's an issue with NI modding, unfortunately, is they do love their scripts. Because I tried converting their single chop harvester. My god, that thing's a disaster! When I converted it, everything was broken, and I was getting physics errors through the wazoo. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna leave that over there, and I'm gonna leave it horribly broken, and I'm never going to touch it again. Until I get like some sort of walkthrough from somebody on how to do that, I think I'm gonna just give up on converting mods. Maybe for FS17 I'll convert some of the there are no spectacular mods for FS15 that aren't scripts. Just kind of realised that the only mods that I would convert to FS17 are scripts, and they wouldn't work. We found the same as the in-game coon, very small, 12,000 litres. That would work. That would actually work with the bale sizes I'm using. Something like that, yeah. I did find something that looked pretty cool, but I'd have to test it, so that's kind of gonna stay on the back burner for today at the very least. Because I am wanting to go into the whole animal mod thing. I am wanting to go into pigs and beef, but I don't want to be using the big in-game feeder because that's too big for pigs and beef. Especially with like the size of equipment that I'm trying to use here, it's just too big. I'd end up with like 5 bales of each in there. Link it on YouTube for it, so that Fahy might want to look as well, because he wants a small feeder. And I'll clicky linky when it's linked. Quite honestly, if I'm being honest, Fahy, if Giants up their game and bring us what I'd like them to bring us, which is just extra crops and stuff, the first few weeks of FS17 will be exploring. And if they improve the game, like the playability of the game, I won't mind a few weeks of playing entirely vanilla. Plus, I mean, my playstyle is slow as hell, so a few weeks of waiting for mods is not a thing. I've used 10 litres of fuel so far today in 20 minutes. Yikes. Chroma stopped. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a thing that occasionally happens. Tends to happen when you're short on RAM though, so that could be a thing. But anyways, yes, I will be putting out announcements on Steam when I'm going live on YouTube. If I'm putting up a Twitch stream, a Twitch only stream, which I rarely do at night, I will put up an announcement for that as well. Faye, I know you probably won't be able to watch it, but I'll put up an announcement anyway. Just in case anybody wants to stop by and chill out and watch whatever the hell it is I'm doing. Let's have a look at this one thing about Pure Gnomes, every time you try and load it up to test something, it always reminds you of playing Farm Sim on PS3. I've been playing on my off-camera save. I've been playing on Whisper Chills with like the smallest equipment I can find. Oh, why has it done that? Now you see, that is a lot closer to what I want. Twitch is out for you, yeah. That mod is a lot closer to what I want. It looks a bit silly in places, but it's... I'll still test the this one mod that I found. Is there any further descriptions on this on the page? I'm looking at a different mod, by the way. I mean, it's not entirely perfect, that the Coon profile. The model looks a bit wonky now that half of it's been shrunk, but it's definitely rather nice. Why is this not loading up? My internet's secretly gone, or what's going on here? Has Firefox broken? It does look okay. So what I found when I was looking, I'm gonna link you guys to this one, just to kind of show what stuff I can find. What I found when I was looking was this thing, a funky mixer trailer that maybe wouldn't fit as well, but with a reskin it might. It's really difficult to find a decent mixer though. Really difficult, because it's just like you're throwing a very vague term out there, and it's just, do I need anything else for you to look for? Not right now. I mean, I kind of come up with ideas of things that I want, and I'll end up looking for them for a few hours. That mixer that I just linked looks pretty cool. I don't know how it performs though. That's the issue, is I haven't tested, I haven't touched it. I'll probably be downloading it after the stream and testing it out. It definitely need a reskin, but I mean, if you painted that thing red and I put some sort of logo on it for myself, for Coldborough, that would be really nice. Because reskinning isn't that hard, believe it or not. It's learning to reskin. I just realised that anybody watching the VOD or the stream who doesn't have that link is watching me just talking about something that they can't see. So I am going to just get everything up and running again. I'm going to play an ad screw. Yay! Just while I get everything back up. So I'm just gonna wait for the ad to finish. Sorry people watching the VOD. I hope you skipped forwards. RDG skin feeder. That's what I'm tempted to do, is put like a little RDG logo somewhere. And like make a Coldborough logo to put on it. You found a thing like the double chop and modding. Was it by any chance? Where did I put them? Harvesters. Was it this? The Kerr 1.5 meters? Really nice little mod. It's a single chop harvester. Does whole crop, but it's very heavy. That's an issue. It takes quite a bit of horsepower. I've turned down the density. It's still super heavy. Or was it maybe this? The JF FCT 1060 ProTech that was actually by an modding and has been converted by somebody else. This is nice, however, I do want to change the particle system coming out of the top. The particle system out of the pipe isn't very nice. So just as kind of a reference for the random crap that I find. Yeah, Faye, go ahead. Yours is literally ground height. I mean, this goes right down to the ground as well. I do like this Puttinger. Puttinger... Could I say Histler? That's really nice. It's the mod that I was going to make. It's because I can't stand the lack of a... Well, this works really nice, by the way. The FCT 1060 is going to be the forager I'll use for silage. And oops, early days in the map. Let's have a look at this. It keeps opening in the same window as the chat, which means I can't see the damn chat. Fahy, that looks like a screenshot on like most maps that are finished at this point. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It looks like a screenshot on a finished, polished map by most people that bring out maps now, which is probably an indictment on people who bring out maps, because I mean, you're starting off in Giants Editor. You're still starting to learn mapping. You're still learning, and you're able to bring out in a kind of a whip map the same kind of quality they can bring out in a finished map. Far from finished. That's my point, Faye, is you're able to get in a whip the same kind of quality they're getting in a finished map, which I don't know if that's a good thing. So let's have a look at the... Oh yeah, I got the... Get the pie in feeding technology there. Yeah, this thing... It's alright, I just think 18,000 litres is a bit much. I still find it hilarious that this is a 12,000 litre capacity. Like, you're paying an extra 80,000 to lose 6,000 litres of capacity and gain an engine. Let's raise that. Get it turned around. But yeah, I'll most likely be wanting to play that map when it's out. Or when it's finished. Not even when it's released. I'll be quite eager to have a look at that, because that looks like it wouldn't be a bad map for classic vehicles, especially with a couple of reskins that I could do to various really small equipment I could find. That'd be a really nice map for classics. Also, I've moved my mic a bit further away, so I'm not constantly like peeking it with coughs. You want to make a map for it? It's easy, but I mean, the hardest bit is getting a computer to run GE. And getting GE to run at times, because I have had issues loading up maps to edit them where it's just decided, no, I'm not working today. No, I'm on strike, bye. Shoop. Crashed. That's a thing that Giants Editor does. I don't know if you can even hear the music. I'm gonna turn it up a bit actually, it's a bit quiet. There we go. Fitting music for this slow work. You had 2 or 3 hours getting the farm out of the way you wanted a Friday night, woke up Saturday morning and ripped the whole yard apart again. That sounds about right, Fahy. I spent on the re-edit of Coldborough about 2 hours. 2 or so hours to get up to this, and I'm relatively happy with it because I had a very set idea of what I wanted to do, so it wasn't like mind-bendingly difficult. Don't get me wrong, it's a challenge to edit a map at the best of times, but when you know what you're doing and you know what you want to do, it suddenly becomes a whole lot easier. And the fact that I knew what I did before with Coldborough just meant that I knew how I could emulate a similarity to the original edit at the very least. Because I mean the pipe of the Seedmaster is slightly different, and the Seeds 2 pile actually works. Let's turn that off, refill. You found a really nice loader? Nice. There are some really nice loaders coming out. Is that just a 2D plane or is that 3D? Just about 3D. Oh, nuts have fallen into the tractor. I know I emptied the Seedmaster just before I started streaming. I want to see how full it is at the moment. Not full enough so the seeds are visible, 8%. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the Seedmaster a bit more, just so that I can get the maximum amount of seeds. I think, though, I've got enough to do all the seeding. You got a Rally VW Polo, now you found the Gravedigger. Oh dear. That said, Gravedigger is my favourite monster truck. I'm not one for these fun mods, unfortunately. If I'm playing Farm Sim, I want to play it somewhat seriously. Even, like, off camera, I want to... like, off stream, off camera, whatever. I do play it somewhat seriously. I throw hired workers at everything, but I play it seriously. It's just a bit more comfortable for me to do this properly. Also, it kind of looks like I'm going to have to come out here with a plough at some point and just nick those bits of crop that are in the grass. You can follow me in the Polo and hop on Whisper Chills. I don't think you'd see many VW Polos around Whisper Chills, to be honest. By the way, I've started to watch finally, which kind of shows how bad I am at finding videos these days. David O'Field's, is it Galvin Valley series? That looks like a really nice map. I'm not 100% gone on it, but it's one of these maps where I I do like the fact that he started everything as grass. It adds an element of challenge to the map, which I find that a lot of farm sim maps are missing. What map would be good for rallying? I'd actually say Mulroy Bay, bizarrely enough. Mulroy or Sandy Bay, because they're nice tight, they've got nice tight lanes. Which is an odd one. If you didn't already guess, yes, I am more a fan of Asphalt Rally. The rally that comes through here every year. And you'll probably hear it in, I think it's August-ish. You'll probably hear like revving coming from outside my window, because during the summer I tend to have my windows open so that I don't melt. If you don't delete maps forward, you can just throw them into a holding folder. That's what I tended to do, is just have a testing folder. I don't currently have it, but I did for a period have a folder that was specifically just for mod testing when I was doing spotlights and whatnot. And it still exists, and it's probably got a whole bunch of crappy mods in there. But yeah, over the summer you'll probably hear a rally passing through, because it tends to pass through town at some point. And we tend to be at the end of one of the special stages, so you get to hear them going to the next special stage and revving up. I think it was... yeah, I think it was after one of the repair stops, one of the service stops that we were last year. So we had cars coming through in various states of repair, including one. I did go out for a little while to watch and listen to the cars passing by. One who went past with 3 wheels. He had apparently lost a wheel during one of the stages, and they must have run out of time in service to put a new wheel on. 18 small to medium fields. Yeah, that sounds like a good map to me. Definitely an interesting map. I mean, I'm not gonna hype it. It's your map to hype, but definitely sounds interesting. You had the Circle of Ireland, we get the Stone Throwers. I remember one year, I had an accident, I fractured my elbow. And as part of the physio for like getting it back up to working, it's my left elbow, which is why my left arm is a bit useless. If you notice, I try and use my right arm for everything, my right hand. Number one, because I'm right-handed. Number two, because this arm is genuinely very weak. Still, the physio didn't entirely work. And occasionally, if you ever see me walking around, you will occasionally see me walking around like this, with my left arm up like this. The physio didn't work entirely, and my left arm does have some muscle memory of the time. But the physio had us go swimming. I had my parents bring me swimming because I was like 7 or 8 at the time. And we were out there one day, I think it was near enough to my birthday. And coming back from the pool, suddenly there were a load of rally cars everywhere. Wondering what on earth is going on. We went down the road a bit more, and here's the surface area. Here's like the second service of the rally, and it's just kind of there in the middle of the road. So we got out and started wandering around, because that's completely acceptable in rallying. Just kind of wandering around the pit lane because we stumbled upon it. I use pit lane loosely. I mean, it's rallying. There's no... There's obviously no pit lane in rallying. I just kind of to put a circuit racing term to it. You're the doctor's about to get a needle in you, then the fire alarm went off. The doctor's panicking jammed. My doctor is terrifying. My mother literally calls him Dracula because every time he's taking blood or giving an injection or whatever, he has never, to our knowledge, missed a vein. In the 20 plus years we've been going to. Not once, to any of our knowledge, has he missed a vein or whiffed an injection. So, I mean, he's the guy you want to go to if you need to get blood tests done. Because he's gonna get that vein first time, every time. And check your blood pressure while he's at it, because, I mean, that's just responsible. Speaking of which, I always have perfect blood pressure. Despite, like, the fact that I stress the living daylights out of myself, and used to smoke. Even back when I was smoking. So, you faint once you see blood. You would have not liked my course then forward, because we did a bunch of stuff on horse blood. Actual real blood as well, not like red liquid with like some chemicals in it to make it look red and like real blood. No, it had to be real blood because we were doing blood tests. But whenever, because it was a quasi-medical course, now I have no medical qualifications. I'm gonna preface this by saying this. I have no medical qualifications. All the stuff that we did was of diagnostic for diagnostic reasons. What normally done was just so that we knew what the procedure was and why it was done. And every time we did blood pressure testing, mine was like, was it 120/80 is perfect? Mine was somewhere in that region, maybe 1 or 2 off on either side. I went to the doctors to get a medical because apparently that's how it works in the UK. Went to the doctors to get a medical because I was feeling a bit ill. And the nurse kind of said to me, "Oh, you shouldn't smoke." I said, "Yeah, but it's so much easier than trying to quit in college." She said, "Yeah, I know the feeling. I smoke too." I made a bit of a chat back and forth, and she was taking my blood pressure. Said, "Huh, that's actually textbook." As in, yeah, that is literally what the textbook says is good blood pressure, ideal blood pressure. Hello, Darren7530. So yeah, that's kind of my story about blood pressure. I also know that my lung capacity is more or less ideal. It is a bit reduced because of the whole I used to smoke thing. And hello, James. But yeah, whenever we did lung function testing, and just for the guys who are coming in now, I have a science qualification. I'm just talking about stuff that we did in the lab for educational purposes. Whenever we did lung function testing, which was another thing that we did because, again, we needed to know the process even if we were never going to use it. My lungs came out as exceptionally good for a smoker. Every single time. And just plain good for my age group. More or less universally. Which was kind of funny, because it's like, oh, you smoke, you're going to have bad tests. No, never mind. Hello, Archie. But yes, I am a legit scientist. Or was. I don't currently work in science. I did though, and that was fun. Don't currently work at anything other than YouTube or Twitch. Because everything else is put on the back burner because people are moving around and general chaos is happening for a few more weeks. Which is why I'm after upping the amount of content on YouTube and Twitch. For those of you who do follow me, YouTube and Twitch have been benefiting from Gaming McGameface has been kind of put on the back burner because Nibbo's been moving, and he's the guy that is actually in charge of that project. And yeah, he's been moving. He's still in the process of moving. He said it'll be a few weeks. So that's kind of been put on the back burner. It's still kind of on. It's kind of put on the back burner. It's going to take a bit longer than we had anticipated, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, we've moved down to a core team. I should try the modding map. I don't want to try any other maps at the moment, though, for it. That's the thing, is I just want to have one map that I do a lot. And then when the West Coast comes out, I can replace this with the West Coast. Because that's the plan, is just go with this, and then once the West Coast comes out, I'll swap to that. And for anybody who doesn't know, because I don't think it actually mentioned it, I should test it. Oh, I'll test it, yes, but not on stream. Good lord, not on stream, because... And definitely not in a video either, because I get too salty. I get too salty when I start testing things and I don't like them. And maps are a particular bugbear. Because yes, I can edit them, but some of the stuff is stuff that the map maker should have thought about in the first place. And that's what irritates me the most. Right, we're almost done with this field at least. Right, so going back to what I was saying. For those of you who might not know, because I don't say it on YouTube all that much. This is, and it is actually part of the title on Twitch, because I'm streaming on both. Hello, Twitch people. I don't forget about you. You're just not talking. This is a private edit of Coldborough Park Farm. I've done this myself. It works perfectly. I had to change a few things for bug reasons. You never been out yourself? Yeah, I'm not saying it's definitely a bad map, but from my experience, there's usually stuff on maps that are a bit wonky. This is an edit of Coldborough that I did myself, just to add in a couple of things like soil mod. I've got the Seedmaster 2K15 over at the main farm, some storage for seeds. I've swapped around the Chantry and Yatton Ridge yards a small bit. Chantry because there was fuel beside fertilizer, which is a definite no-no. And Yatton Ridge because I wanted to put in different sheds. Other than that, the map is largely the same. I did change textures as well. I did swap some textures out and change a lot of some of the textures, not a lot of them, just some of them, so that they were a bit more to my liking. And you know, that's how I see maps should be done. How I think maps should be used is like, if there's something that's not to your liking 100%, especially if it's a texture, because that's the easiest edit to do, change it. Just grab a different texture file, one that you like, one that you think will fit better, and throw it in. So I've got the Sandy Bay grass textures. I've got a different ground texture for seeded, cultivated, and ploughed ground. And suddenly the music was very loud. And can I do that in the game? I can. And I've also got new windrow textures. So that's all of the edits. Maybe, you know, maybe not the greatest thing to be doing for YouTube, but it's something that I did more for myself than for the channel. I mean, there is no harm in editing a map for yourself. Have I tried Dorset's grass texture? Is that the one that turns white? when it's cut. Is that the one that has a white underlay? Because I have looked at most of the grass textures around. I just really like this one because of the greenness when it's cut. It mixes in with the uncut grass really nicely. And it's a nice dark colour, so it fits in with the kind of colour scheme on... Is Dorset a map? Not yet for Dorset's working on the Dorset map. Dorset is a map maker and mod author. They're currently working on a bunch of kind of modular buildings for their Dorset map. Trust Dorset to make a map called Dorset, just to confuse everyone. But I've tried most of the grass textures that are around. It's gonna be one detailed map. I mean, they're making their own stuff just to fit into it. I mean, that's gonna be a good map. So if you're wondering how I'm getting chopped straw out of the stubble, I'm using a script called Stubble Cultivator. Chopped straw is on Coldborough Park Farm by default. That's not an edit I did. Stubble Cultivator is a script that adds itself to cultivators. You press Control and 8 on the keyboard, and you can cultivate the stubble to get chopped straw. And hopefully, I don't know if this is going to be a thing, hopefully it works with soil mod rather nicely and gives me the chopped straw benefits. You don't think there's any way to it? Is it the freshly cut grass, the yellow one? You may have smelled Dorset and shit. I'd look at them. I'm not gone on them for Coldborough. Duneske maybe, but not Coldborough. I don't think they quite fit the general aesthetic of Coldborough. So I just threw some NI modding sheds in instead and shrunk them down to fit. And that's the fun of it, is all you have to do is rescale stuff and you get suddenly vastly different looking sheds. You quickly deleted soil mod Ford. Wow. Ford is obviously a fan of soil mod. Soil mod's way too complicated. Yes, I'm not going to argue that soil mod is extremely complicated. However, the default in-game soil conditions and fertilizers are way too simple. You don't like it because the crops wither too quickly. Actually, that's a very simple thing to fix. Hang on a sec, I'll show you how to fix that because I actually meant to do this myself. I'm going to open up my desktop view like this, and I'm in save game 3, I believe. Career save game.xml. Presage off. So down over here, you can see a bunch of stuff. Here's the FMC soil mod in mod settings. As you can see, I've got the interval in game day set at 3. I'm actually going to swap that up to 4. And now suddenly, you've got an extra day. You have to change the career save game.xml. There's actually soil mod settings in here. So you can change how long the seeds delay, what time soil mod works, how to change sprays, growth control stuff. It's not something that's widely publicized by Decker, which is a bit of an issue, but it's very, very easy to make soil mod work for you. So I'm after giving myself an extra day just because I do swap through, I do like fast forward through night, so I need extra time, and that'll be kind of an effect in the next stream probably, because it's not going to take effect immediately. I've got until midnight in game to do all the cultivating and whatnot, which isn't going to happen. I'm going to be blunt, that's not going to happen. I'm still in desktop, sorry, hang on. There we go. Don't seed everything at one time, makes it a bit easier for seeding with soil mat in. Yeah. The other thing you can do, other than extending the growth time between stages, is you can just stagger everything. You can have one field per day, maybe two, and that's kind of the alternate method of preventing soil mod from eating all of your crops ever. I use the slow growth time method, which just plain works for me. Right, how far away am I from the edge of the field there? That'll do. But you know, a different solution works for different people. And one thing I would advise is to, if you really want to use soil mod, make a book of the soil mod rules. So, like chopped straw, what happens if I cultivate this under, what happens if I plough it, what happens if I do this, what happens if I just leave it. I should get sandy-based stubble textures. I probably should actually, James. Normally I complain about people making like recommendations like that. But I do appreciate you saying you should. I don't like people saying, you know, just get sandy-based stubble textures. That is a genuine suggestion, instead of a demand. I approve of that. I appreciate that, in fact. That's not a bad idea. I don't know how the hell to get just the stubble textures, but I might just take all of the crop growth textures from Sandy Bay, with the exception of the windrows, because I'm liking the windrows that I've got. I might actually make the windrows a bit bigger, but that's kind of a separate thing. But yeah, that's an idea. Oh, good lord, Ford's got the gravedigger. And Fahy knows that I don't mind him making a joke like that, because I know he's joking. Fahy knows he can get away with that. He knows my sense of humour. If he doesn't, he's got a damn good guess of it. Is that locked in? Wow, that's a really... Okay, I guess that works. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just cultivating under the stubble. Which I will probably swap it out to sandy-based stubble textures, because with the distance texture that I now have in, sandy-based stubble works a bit better. So the reason I'm doing this is because the chopped straw mod will give me extra nitrogen in the soil, and it's actually somehow... Why is that times 7 times 8? Something's going funky here. Something's going very funky. I think I've broken the game slightly. I think I may have broken soil mod. Because the n should not be times 7 right now. The n should remain at times 4. I think something's gone really funky with soil mod. Okay, cultivating all those weeds does happen with this stubble cultivator, but what the hell's going on with the N? Why is the nitrogen suddenly after spiking like that? Is it because of the... Oh, it's because... Oh dear. Oh dear. If it's times 10 and I actually get a small bonus from cultivating the... Oh dear, that's gonna cause issues. This may backfire right into my face. I don't think I need to spread nitrogen on these fields. You're in a massive lake and you're just... Well, that's what you get for driving the gold digger like... Or gold digger? Whoa. That's what you get for driving grave digger like an idiot. I've just reset that direction, haven't I? Yes. No. That should do. So yeah, I do apologize for the stream not being like super exciting. I'm doing a million things, but you got it out and now it's on its roof. That's an impressive level of incompetence right there for it. And just if you're not a regular here and you don't know, or if you don't usually watch streams on YouTube, be aware that you cannot post links. Only mods can post links. Technically I'm a mod because I run the channel somehow. Only mods are able to post links in chat. That's kind of a good thing in my books, but wow, I've made this angle horrible, haven't I? Once it stops cultivating the stubble, I'm kind of worried because it's going to start cultivating the chopped straw under. I think. Oh, does it not do it because it's been cultivating stubble? Because now I'm just driving up the stubble. Oh great, the camera's backwards as well. So, yeah. I'm doing a lot of the things that I do, just to kind of preempt any complaints about me doing some of the stuff in a weird manner. I'm doing the stuff that I do, such as using a 3-meter cultivator, or driving slowly. I'm not driving flat out. I'm driving in cab. I'm doing it all in the name of realism, and trying to get the simulation trying to get Farm Sim to be a simulation, as opposed to this kind of simcade mess that Giants created. I'm not saying Farm Sim 15 is bad. I actually thoroughly recommend Farm Sim 15. I'm just saying it's maybe not the best simulation without throwing mods at it. So, for anybody who doesn't know, Coldborough is a real farm. Coldborough Park Farm does exist. These fields are real. And in reality, Coldborough has probably a 4 or 5 meter cultivator, so I am being a bit unrealistic. Hello, Paddy Plaster. I'm probably being a bit unrealistic with the whole using a 3-meter cultivator thing, but it does use small equipment. It is not a big, you know, it's not the kind of farm that would use a big 60-meter triple disc John Deere plow cultivator mower. What? I think I may have just invented something, and I'm not entirely sure how it works. Plows, cultivates, and mows all at once. I now want somebody to make a triple disc John Deere plow cultivator. Oh, I've done it again. Triple disc John Deere plow cultivator mower. Let's see if I can get this. That doesn't look perfectly straight compared to where I've just been. Nope. that looks close. That doesn't look close. No, it's not exactly right. Whoops. I want to nudge it a bit more this way. Not that much that way. No. So I'm watching the lines down at the end of the field to see if they're going near where I want them to, as I reset this so that it looks vaguely correct. Nope. Small nudge this way. Another small nudge. Is this farm in Cavan? No, this is actually in... No, it's this... No, it is this. It is in Herefordshire over in England. I just like using ridiculously small equipment. There are very few good Irish farms for Farm Sim 15, unfortunately. Very few Irish maps. Or very few good Irish maps, even. You've managed to flip both Gravedigger and Polo. That is amazing, Ford. Well done. Says the man who used a Formula Renault to flip a Formula 1 car in Project Cars the other day. Killian's... I'm not saying that there are no good Irish maps, James. There are some very good Irish maps, but there's no good Irish maps by default. Edits tend to be where the strength lies in Irish maps, and Darren's just nailed it. The strength of Irish maps lies in how well they're edited. Because, and this is no offense to any of the map makers who have made Irish maps in the past. I'm working on them myself, so I kind of know this. Irish maps tend to be quite weak by default, just because some of the map authors, and I'm not going to... For man, it'd be the best because you're from there. Well, I can tell you my map that I'm working on kind of secret in the background. I haven't worked on it in a couple of weeks, actually, just because I've kind of been burnt out and I've been getting used to the new schedule on YouTube. I might work on it tonight, actually, if the wrestling is dull. My map is going to be based in County Tipperary. It's going to be based actually quite near me, about 5 kilometers away from me. There's this really nice picturesque area, and I'm going to absolutely murder it by turning it into a farm sim map. Really badly, I'm just taking kind of the roads and DEM of the area. Roads, the main road, the field layout, and a DEM are all that are going to be in the map of the actual area. And the river. But that's literally about it. Everything else is kind of fictional or semi-fictional. That's your plan for tonight, Payback and G. I'm on board with that plan, Fahy. I might just do some more edits to Coldborough, I don't know. Mind you, I think the map is pretty much perfect the way that it is now. I can't think of anything else I want on Coldborough. Compost soil would be nice, but that's a bit OP now, because I got rid of the finance office mod. I literally put that into Nuston just to balance out finance office. But that caused more issues than it was worth. What have I done to this? Yeah, I'll give you a little drive through the map and show you what I've done. So, just turn off GPS. So, edits that I've done. Number 1, I put soil mod in because I like soil mod. Number 2, I have changed a bunch of textures. The grass is essentially from Sandy Bay. It's the better cut grass texture. Over here, I have opened the doors on this shed up, and this is seed storage now, because I couldn't be bothered putting in a silo of some description. Over here is the Seedmaster 2K15, because I like how that balances the map out reasonably nicely. If we go for a little drive, and I'm going to play an ad while that's happening, I'm going to drive down to Yatton Ridge. So if we go for a little drive, because there's no other real edits over this way. I've closed chats, well done me, I'm an idiot. Hey Dylan. Hello Simulate. So if we go for a drive, not much different here as of yet. They're small edits what I did. What I did is all relatively small. I mean, Soil Mod, yes, is a big edit. So I had to take out GMK, I had to take out Duneske mod, just because that breaks Soil Mod. And if we don't crash into this hedge, I'll be quite happy. If we go up here, also the beacons being on is one of my rules. That's what the, before you ask, that's what the weird flashing is. It's the beacons. It's a kind of a visual indicator for when I'm in cab that the beacons are on. Yes, it looks terrible, but how do I get beacons like that? It's a mod. It's the... I think it's the new beacons mod. If you put into chat !mods, if with no space, !mods will get you a link to the mod list. I think it's under new beacons mod. It's the one that I put a warning that you need a fairly beefy computer to run. It adds light generation to the actual beacons themselves, as opposed to them just being this twirling mess. In theory, !mods works. I don't know if Nightbot's going to be in a good mood today, though. Hey, Nightbot's in a good mood. So down here at, or up here, I guess, at Yatton Ridge, first thing you'll notice is the big pole barn's gone. I've thrown in 2 NA modding sheds in a bit of a messy manner, but it works. I have merged the edges, so that is bale storage now, because I didn't really like the pole barns. The seeds and fertilizer have been moved over into this shed over here, complete with triggers. Seeds are down that end, fertilizer is up this end, as far from that fuel tank as I could get it, while still being in the shed. If you're wondering why I'm putting the seeds or the fertilizer and fuel as far away as possible from each other, it's because fertilizer and fuel tend to have explosive reactions. When can you chat on YouTube? Well, you've been banned from YouTube, Dylan, because you've just been disruptive constantly. I don't mind people asking questions, but you were just flat out insulting people constantly, Dylan. You're gonna actually... Oh my god, Ford, you maniac. I don't think... oh, never mind. Well done, Simulate. You... I didn't think I'd actually... Oh, yes, there. I had to put Twitch as a command, because otherwise Nightbot wouldn't spam that every so often. Well done, Simulate, for working out that command that I'd completely forgot. Dylan got banned. Yes, a Russian called Maxim came in the other day, and Dylan just got really, really offensive. So he kind of... my patience ran out. So yeah, he's... I wouldn't say cheeky for... Cheeky is Fahy. Yo, Fahy is cheeky. You are cheeky. Dylan was outright offensive and rude. And I don't mind a bit of cheek and a bit of messing, but that was just plain rude and offensive. There's a big difference there. So if we go down to Chantry Farm now, we can see the other edit that I did. And like I said, they are small edits. So it's mainly just textures that I changed. Didn't change the roads by some miracle. My god, am I tempted though. That'd be like 3 weeks of work though, and it's not worth it. So down here in Chantry, you got the... How did you get the big case stuck? So down here, I made a very... I'm not going to say very subtle, I made a reasonably subtle edit. Where, hopefully it's stuck, because I can't remember if I saved it. Yes. I literally just moved the seeds from here to here, and the fertilizer from here to here. And not only does it look better, it is safer as well. That's literally the only edit I made down here. Any idea where your map won't show up in game? Have you checked the log simulate? Sometimes the log throws up a random error that it's just like blah 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 blah. It just throws a random error for no reason. Either that, or it might not be zipped, or you might have two copies of the same. Here's one that I discovered that'll stop a map from loading. If you've got two different... Yes, simulate. I'll have to show you where it is. So if I go to desktop here. No. So the log file is located in, as I've named my computer, Rex. Or my F drive Rex. So your computer name, documents, my games, Farming Simulator 2015. Go down to the bottom, log.txt, and it'll tell you if there's an error. Invalid name. You have to have underscores, no spaces allowed. Some random characters aren't allowed. And one that I discovered the other day when I was testing out this edit, that's actually genuinely annoying, is if you've got two maps and the XML... Oh, is it doing the thing again? It's doing the thing again, I gotta restart FarmSim. This happens sometimes where the stream decides it's just not having any of this nonsense. Do I know how to add Gulamist mod to maps? No, but I know how to take it out. By the way, if you are interested, there is a Steam page, or Steam group for the channel, which I'm not showing. There's a Steam group for the channel, steamcommunity.com/groups/RainbowDave Gaming, and I had to put a little shortener on it to RDGYT because that's kind of the thing I do now, is RDG. I don't actually know how to install Gulamist. I know how to uninstall it, but that's an easier process. Because uninstall, all you have to do is get rid of a few references to it, and it'll stop loading in everything related to it. To install it, you have to put in all the references. Yeah, that's... It's funny how it's easier to destroy something than to put it in. Like, I can't... Soil mod is very easy to get into a map, but I know some people have really quite severe trouble figuring it out. When in reality it's a very, very easy mod to install. The instructions are very straightforward. Let's tab over to the Massey. There we go. Lots of lag. Yes, Dylan, that was an idiot. That was an issue. You tried to edit once and I mucked up the i3. Gulamist? That's a risk you run if you screw up adding a script. Is you can sometimes screw up the i3D for whatever reason. Luckily enough with soil mod, it tends to just not load. Decker put a failsafe in so that if it's badly installed, it just was a error with with installation aborting soil mod load. Or something to that effect. That's responsible script making right there. And always, always, always have a backup. Even if your backup... And this is gonna sound really dumb, because this was my backup for this edit. Even if your backup is literally downloading the map again, it still counts as a backup. Because if I screwed up something related to the edit really badly, I'd want to start over so that I'd know where it went wrong. You did have a backup, it was an older version, you had to reuse some bits. That's a risky run. It's a risky run with editing. I mean, you screw up your backup, oops, or you forget to back up for a while and you lose a couple hours work. That's just a risk you have to run. YouTube is better. There might be some lag on Twitch, I don't know, I'm not seeing any drop frames. But, I mean, editing is, so, like, quite honestly, more fun than making a map from scratch. Because you've already got your canvas there, you're not starting from blank, you're starting from, I want to say, a finished piece of art, and you're just throwing your signature onto it, your own little signature bits, or giving it a bit of flair, or just giving it a bit of a polish. Whereas starting from scratch is you got a blank canvas, and I do something amazing, and that's really difficult. And really time consuming. Do you have to remove... Yes, you have to remove GMK for soil mod to run properly. What I do, Fahy, is I don't remove it entirely. I don't know how to install it, so I don't know what all needs to be removed. There is... what I do is in the extra source file section of the XML, I just get rid of the reference to it, and that seems to work satisfactorily. If you remove the reference to the extra source file and get rid of the extra source file, the map won't have the source files to load up, so it won't actually load up the mod. That's a fun little thing. Is it? Yeah, it's a fun little thing that I do. Is just I figure out a way to streamline the edit a bit, and getting rid of GMK is easy. It's just getting rid of Combine, sit down the big river, so bye bye. Ford's gonna end up with just a plow on that map. Ford's gonna end up trying to pull the plow by himself because everything's ending up buried somewhere. So for those of you watching, it is currently 4:20. I'm ending the stream at 5 o'clock. For two reasons. Number one, that's what I've kind of scheduled the stream to end at. Number two, I need to record a video for tomorrow. And also for Tuesday, just so that I've definitely got one ready. Plus, I just not like having a bit of chill out time after the stream before I have to go run do other things. Some nights I don't exactly get it, but I mean that's a risk I run. So I'll be added closer to less than 10. Yeah, what I did was I just downloaded a completely blank map and started from there. I mean, it's almost easier to start with a completely blank map because you're not having to get rid of scripts that you don't want. Because with like the blank map, the starter map that I started with, it's literally just a map with the default fruits on. So I can add on top of it and add on top of it and add on top of it. Instead of having to get rid of, let's say, GMK for soil mod or whatever. Just gonna move the mic a bit closer to me. There we go. You're getting the tow chain. Oh dear. Bankrupt multifruit's another good one. Because if you don't want a fruit in, you can just comment it out. Believe it or not, that's how easy it is. So, Simulate I think went for the smart choice of starter map. Is it hard to set up a stream on YouTube? No! I screw up a lot. I mean, that's just me, but it's realistically not too hard. Especially not with XSplit, which is what I use to stream, so I can get YouTube and Twitch kind of synced up. Although Twitch seems to have some near constant issues. Probably because of League of Legends, I'm guessing. But no, it's not hard at all. You need at least 3.5 megabytes per second upload speed. Or 3.5 megabits per second upload speed to get 720p. I use just over 3.5 or 3,500 kilobits per second. And that seems to make YouTube relatively stable. Twitch is a douchebag and just hates every streamer ever, especially smaller ones. As Dylan is kind of demonstrating. YouTube is not ideal. It's not ideal. I prefer Twitch chat over YouTube chat. But in terms of the streaming architecture, YouTube is far better because you get automatic transcoding. So we'll say if you want to stream at 720p, but somebody like Fahy can only watch at 240p, he can do that on YouTube with very little trouble. Whereas if he was on Twitch, he'd be forced to try and watch in 720p, which he can't. Being quite blunt. But setting up a stream, very, very easy. You have to get used to your streaming software, whether you use OBS or XSplit. I can use both, but XSplit I think is a bit more versatile. And I've got XSplit Premium, so I get a few extra features and whatnot. You hate YouTube streaming, tries to send the viewers to Dagger's channel. That's an issue, yes. Because, like, I've spotted on my own, like, oh, related channels, Daggerwin is related in so much as he plays Farm Sim as well, but, I mean, his playstyle is completely different. I'd much prefer if YouTube said, related channels, Bipolar Prophet, who also plays in a realistic manner. Or Landy Kid, who also plays with classic equipment. But no, it's Daggerwin. I wouldn't even mind, like, Bill's T-Max. While he has a completely different playstyle, he does do long-form footage and long-form videos, but I mean, it's just GM Cave to get rid of. Apart from that, his Big Beef Market, Sunflowers Over Royal, Alfalfa Chop Straw, we got a water mod, and yeah, that's something I've never tried for his animation map trigger. I don't know how to install that. Water mod, I presume, is reasonably easy. Right now, all the related videos are him. For my stream right now, that is douchey as hell. Because whenever I get, like, recommended for you on YouTube Gaming, it is literally my videos. Whenever I go on YouTube Gaming, the videos that are recommended for me are mine. YouTube is kind of broken like that. That's one thing I'd like to see them fix. I know they are finally, I never actually came around talking about this the other day, YouTube are finally fixing Content ID. There was once Jacksepticeye and the rest of that going, oh, for that's why I hate YouTube at times. It's like, well, this person plays Farming Simulator as well, so they must be related somehow. No. Don't get me wrong, I like Daggerwin. I'm sure Daggerwin's a really nice person. I do like him as a person. I think his personality is really good. I don't like his content style. And there's a big difference there. I don't like Dagoman's content as opposed to him. I just dislike his playstyle and farm sim, and to an extent his community. But that's not his fault. That's by no means his fault. I just like a different style of content than he produces. I think he's a really nice guy, other than that. Like, other than the small issues that I have with his content, I think he's a cool dude. Same with PewDiePie, same with Jacksepticeye. And YouTube is getting better, Darren, I will admit it. They did announce the other day YouTube did announce the other day that they are finally fixing the content ID issue that literally everybody hates, where actually general copyright issue that every content creator hates, which is if you get a content match, whether it's content ID or a manual match, on one of your videos and it's monetized, the money just goes straight to whoever claimed it, regardless of whether or not it's legit. So if I wanted a couple of hundred thousand, if I wanted a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand euro really quickly, I'd just claim one of PewDiePie's videos as having some of my content. I don't have to prove it. There's no punishment for me making a false claim, which actually there should be, because it's, believe it or not, that's illegal. There's no punishment for me doing that. I could do that today if I really wanted an extra couple of thousand euro. But that's kind of something that... But now YouTube are, after finally getting their act together, and they're putting the... or they haven't done it yet, but they're planning on doing it soon. They are going to be putting... all of the money into kind of a neutral pot from the time that a claim comes in, and it is, I think they give you like 3 or 4 days to contest a claim, where the money just goes into this neutral pot. If you contest it, keeps going in there, keeps going into the neutral pot, and then once the claim is resolved one way or the other, it goes to the winning party. So instead of it just going, oh well, I've claimed this, so my money now, and then contesting it and you losing out on the first few days, first couple of weeks of ad revenue, which, by the way, that's the best time for ad revenue, is the first couple of weeks. Or in the case of PewDiePie, the first like 24 hours. First day is the best, and it kind of starts reducing from there. Because, you know, everybody wants to watch the video when it's out. So the first 24 hours are the best for any given video. And then the second 24 hours are maybe half as good. And the third are half as good again. Like, it's kind of an exponential slope downwards. Until it kind of evens out as occasional ad revenue. But the way that YouTube are going to be doing it now with the neutral pot is most definitely a better way of doing it. You put up a couple of screenshots of the stuck process finishing. I might check them out after the stream for it. I'm not going to do it right now. But having the neutral, kind of the neutral bank, or neutral pot, or whatever you want to call it, in YouTube is definitely something that benefits content creators and encourages people to make new styles of content. I mean, Jim Sterling's Copyright Deadlock also does that, but that's more abusing the system than using it. Copyright Deadlock, if you don't know what it is, it's if you use something that... Hello, Nathan. If you use something that you know is going to get content ID'd, you intentionally put something else in that's also going to get content ID'd, and YouTube just disables monetization at that point. Twitch stop lagging. Alright, I'm gonna play it out on YouTube and just check my Twitch statistics here. Because luckily XSplit gives me little statistics for Twitch. Twitch dropped 0. Yep, thought so. Dylan, the problem is on your end. Or somewhere with Twitch, because I've dropped 0 frames on YouTube and Twitch. Cattle Crops released... Did they? That was... Yes, that was caps lock I just hit. Well done me. When was this? Oh yeah, the animal UI and then the worker UI. It looks nice. The fact that you have competencies for workers is really not. It's really looking like what Farm Sim should have been, or what Farm Sim should arguably become. I tend to, like, I'm part of the Cattle and Crops mailing list because I signed up for it. Because I kind of think I need to be part of that mailing list because part of doing YouTube, especially with Farm Sim, is like keeping up with the competitors and what the competitors are doing. Now, I'm not giving a damn about what piece of crap UIG are coming out with this year because that's UIG. They're not really a competitor. They're just trying to... Yeah, Giants just put a 17 on the box and it's like, hey, it's a new game. We've got Massey in the... Well, Giants are putting in AGCO stuff, so that is a genuine difference. But yeah, I think Cattle and Crops are what Giants should be aiming at. Because if... I'm still kind of on the fence about whether Cattle and Crops is a hoax or not. I still haven't made up my mind there. If it's legit, that's the end of Giants. I mean, if Cattle and Crops is legit and it gets the modders that left Farm Sim and will leave Farm Sim, because Farm Sim 17 is looking to be another disaster, that's the end of Giants. That's going to be tough for Giants to come back after that. They'd literally have to make Farm Sim 18 for PC and consoles to try and come back. The Deutz pulled the case into the river. Why? Was the Deutz turned on for it? You're really hoping for Cavernal motors in 17? That would be really nice, especially if they like took the NI modding ones from 13, converted them up and kind of brought them up to Giant standards. Might be fake. You took a screen. Yeah. You can do a lot with Photoshop these days. That's the issue. Is you can do a lot with Photoshop. Oh, also, as well as the Steam community, there is a Facebook page. If you don't have, for whatever reason, you don't have Steam, facebook.com/RainbowDave Gaming is the Facebook page. That's all legit. I made it the other night. If you don't know the link to the Steam, it is steamcommunity.com/groups/RainbowDave Gaming. That's, I think, all the social media. My own Twitter is twitter.com/rainbow_Dave because somebody else took Rainbow Dave. And they're still active, so I can't shout at Twitter to give me that user tag, unfortunately. To give me their username, so yeah, I'm stuck at an underscore. Or any other mowers, full stop. One set of butterfly mowers is, you know what I'd really like is something like the Mocos in FS17 by default, something that's like a trailed mower, because it's all well and good having 3-point mowers, but they're not the only mowers that exist. Could I have a look at yours and James' page? Not right now, Darren. trying to keep the streamy thing going at the moment. I'll be finishing up in about 25 minutes, so you can't put a link in chat just before you try. You can't put a link in chat. If you message it to the Facebook page, I'll be able to get that. Don't put it on the Facebook page, or I will delete it after I click the link. When I have time, yeah. If you message it to the Facebook page, or to me on Steam, I think I'm RainbowDave on Steam. I don't know all my usernames. I've got so many usernames to remember. Have I heard of the UTB tractor off FSUK? UTB, I think so. I can't remember absolutely every mod that I've looked at. I remember some of the more memorable ones. Like the bulk handling pack, because I really want that to work properly in FS15. So it's refillable. It's currently not. Lely is for most of the machinery in FS15. You can't find the Steam page. The Steam group. steamcommunity.com/groups/RainbowDave Gaming. I made it last night. I distinctly remember making it. Have I screwed up the URL somehow? I'm gonna have to check this now. Groups. RainbowDave Gaming. Ooh, buggeration. How do I do this? Edit group profile. Yeah, steamcommunity.com/groups/RainbowDave Gaming. So, for the group, so the Steam group is steamcommunity.com/groups/RainbowDave Gaming. And then that works too. Then the Facebook page is facebook.com /RainbowDave Gaming. And the Facebook link doesn't work because I didn't have the HTTP in. Well done me. There we go, there's the Facebook link working. Thank you for the friend invite on Steam, Darren. I just accepted it. I forgot to go offline on Steam. I've been online on Steam this entire stream. I'm surprised nobody's messaged me. You're so Coldborough just gaming. That's fine, dude. I don't judge people based on their Steam names. I will accept most people unless it's like quite clearly a robot of some description. And normally the robots are the ones that have completely blank profiles on Steam or whatever. You were gonna message me for badness. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't, Ford. Because I kinda deserved it. Nuts. So, Facebook and Twitter and Steam, I'll occasionally be putting up questions like, what should I do next in Coldborough? What should I, what do you want me to do in Coldborough? Now remember, this is the realistic map. Well, this is the only map that I'm playing. I'm playing it realistic. I might even ask for mod recommendations. However, I do ask. Yes, I went off because I realised. Yeah, sometimes you just look at it and you're like, yeah, that's not a name I want on my Steam list. I think I had somebody try to add me before that was like fisting scat 23 or something like that. Something really, really inappropriate and disgusting. I was just like, okay, number one, that's... I feel sick now. Number two, oh hell to the no. How do these people come up with names for Steam? And it's usually like, if there's more than 3 or 4 numbers, I allow 4 because people do like having tractor numbers in their usernames, and I completely accept that. So Ford 7000, Darren 7530. I'm guessing you are a New Holland fan, Darren. Not New Holland, John Deere. Yeah, I don't mind people having up to 4 numbers in their name. Any more than that, and it's like, this is suspicious. Magic Man 123. Yeah, I mean, up to 4 numbers I'm fine with. Because I do know some people like having, you know, like referencing 7530s, Ford 4000s or whatever. I get, Darren, you see, the thing is, I don't like John Deere, I prefer New Holland, and I kind of have a mental block there. So it's like, huh? If 5 friends and 4 of them are basically here. Did someone say New Holland? Yes, I screwed up, and I basically managed to mix up New Holland and John Deere. And literally the only reason I don't like John Deere is because so many people like them. And because the mods are absolutely terrible. 90% of John Deere mods for Farm 1015 are atrocious, and I'm gonna stand by that for life. Because, I mean, no offense to John Deere fans here, but a lot of John Deere mods are Babby's first mod. You know, my first mod is a John Deere because I like John Deere. If you like John Deere so much, why'd you make a god-awful mod and then release it? I don't mind you making it for yourself, I mean, that's fine for practicing, but... yeah. They're not even... yeah, they're just bad models. Bad models, bad textures, bad scripts, bad functionality. I mean, I saw one before, and there's a video on the channel of me finding this out. Because I used to do mod reviews and I use all the developer controls. And I brought up the screen that shows me horsepower and whatnot. It was a 4430, I think it was. John Deere's 4430. And it was claiming, I think it was 250 horsepower. For whatever reason, it's the mod author decided, 200 horsepower isn't enough. I'm gonna give it 1,300 horsepower. I don't understand if he'd screwed up by like 10 or 20% in the horsepower stakes, because that's an easy thing to do. In fact, you know, if I'm looking at something I want to be super realistic, it's not bad. Looks like FS11 with speedometer overlay. Yeah, I mean, the dashboard on this isn't great. But it's still better than a lot of the John Deere mods I've looked at. 6810, that was on Giant's Mod Hub for a while. Where'd I get the horsepower menus? Part of the developer controls. Oh, what is it? GS... No. GS vehicle toggle debug rendering. And then you get... oh, because I've got a equipment on the back. Hang on. You get this up. Funnily enough, all the vehicles in Farm Sim 15 have the same torque curves. Now this, I'm going to actually test this because I never did before. This is the 7718. Okay, so let's have a look in the shop. 7718. Which is here. Claims 178 horsepower. Am I John Deere man? No, I prefer New Holland. So this claims 178 horsepower. It has 198. That's fine. That's a literally 20 horsepower in the difference. Not a big difference. Yeah, it was like it was claiming a small number. And it was like 1300 horsepower, and I was just kind of staring. I was like, how do you screw up that badly? That you're oops. You know, how do you screw up that badly that not only do you have why you that made you think of GS I am drunk? I don't know. I mean, I've got developer controls on, so some of the stuff is kind of weird at times. Most of it I rarely use. I only use it for testing purposes, just to check if I've got the, I would say, a trigger in the right place or that it's appearing right in game. But there's a distinct reason I don't use John Deere mods. Number one, it's that I don't like John Deere mods, or I don't like John Deere as a company. They literally just make money off the fact that, well, it's John Deere. It's used all over the world, and it's John Deere. John Deere! Okay, well, what can it actually do? John Deere! How's it better than the competitor? Well, it's John Deere. Okay, so it doesn't increase yields, it doesn't, you know, perform at 4% higher speed with 3% lower slip. Your entire argument for this is better is because it's a John Deere. That's just a bad argument. Like One Lonely Farmer. One Lonely Farmer is the only person that I would accept John Deere is good from, because he uses vehicles based on, this is the best vehicle or piece of equipment for me right now to do this very job. So his John Deere mower, I will accept, is a good mower because it's a John Deere, because they know what they're doing. The tractors maybe not so much, but the mower definitely is a good mower because it's fast, it's... Yes, a mod like John Olaf's is good. I found a no-rower. I did find a no-rower 240 mod. Which... How did I miss that bale? I'm gonna go through the vehicles XML and delete all the bales. Because it looks like I missed an entire bloody field of them, somehow. Is that a bale up there as well? I missed an entire field of bales. I'm just gonna delete them out of the vehicles XML, screw it. I'm not gonna bother trying to pick them all up or whatever. Because I know there's small bales dotted around the bloody map as well. It's just not worth my time to pick them all up. There are some good mower windrowers out there. There's a decent enough few. Yeah, that's easy to fix though, simulate. That's all down to the name. I think it's the name of the XML somewhere. It's a name within one of the XMLs or of one of the XMLs. So over your John Deere vs Kubota. John Deere's lawn tractor attached to the deck. Took a minute. Kubota 5 minutes. Do you know what? before, that's actually a legitimate reason to prefer the thing. Like the Kubota versus John Deere, I will accept that John Deere is better because you can get mowing quicker. If you're in a rush, it shouldn't be up to it. That's why I complain about mower authors occasionally being extremely lazy. Was it yesterday he put up the mowing video? I want to have a look at that. I think I missed his video yesterday for whatever reason. I did see him talking about like an oil change or whatever today. This morning when I got up. But I haven't actually looked at the video I put up yesterday yet. I've been so distracted by like trying to get everything done with the channel and all that I've kind of been distracted from chilling out and watching videos. It's great, and believe it or not, and this is genuinely shocking to me, I have spent money on the WWE Network for a month. I feel it is worth it because there's 2 pay-per-views this month. I don't mind spending like €13 on getting Payback and Extreme Rules. So I mean, I feel that's a worthwhile investment. Also, I really like NXT. Yeah, but I don't mind like people saying, "Oh, this specific John Deere is better," and giving reasons. But people to say, "Oh, John Deere is better," I don't know, how is it better in general? And the same goes for doing over on Twitch. How is New Holland better in general? Does it have lower fuel consumption? Does it have, give reasons. I prefer New Holland because I just like the color blue. That's my reasoning. That's literally it, by the way. I like the color blue and I like the color red. That's why I like New Holland and Massey Ferguson. You'll stick to my P2P, no money, no signing up. Yeah, that's fair enough, eh? They're really comfy, real life prefer. To be fair, comfort is a good thing. Comfort is important, so if the comfort thing rings true, and it's comfort you're after, yeah. But for this, I mean, I literally go for, what colour do I like? Blue! I like New Holland. What colour do I like? Red. I like Massey Ferguson and Ursus and Zetor. It's logic. It's not good logic, but it's logic based on, well, I'm gonna be as comfortable in every tractor because I'm in the same seat. And that's not very comfortable, by the way. You were in a 6930, you were nearly out through the sunroof. I know, like JCBs in the mid-90s were actually surprisingly comfortable. The jump seat in JCB... yeah, in JCBs. The JCB, I don't know the model name. Because this was when I was like 6 or 7. I got to ride around in a JCB backhoe for a while. That was really comfortable. I was bouncing around like a mad thing, but it was really comfortable. Parts for John Deere's would come as muck, yes, but they're very expensive muck. And that said, I do like the design of John Deere tractors. I'm not saying I dislike them, I just don't like... Case Booms cabs are made of plastic, maybe. I don't mind us having this discussion. I'm not saying I dislike John Deere entirely. There is a John Deere dealership near me and I like going to have a look at the stuff. There's also a New Holland dealership. I like looking at the stuff there. There's a Massey dealership that I'll never go see. There's also a Pottinger dealership, believe it or not. There's a Pottinger shop down the road from me, in the next town over. That's really odd to see. Is like you're driving to Tesco and you look over to the right and there's this giant Pottinger sign and like all of the stuff from Farmston. Literally, I have seen I have seen Vitasems. I have seen the obligatory Vitasem. I've also seen Vaderstad Rapids. It was probably 300 or 500. I've never seen the... Oops. What did I just buy? I've just bought the Kverneland DL. I'm going to have to fix that. You never went to school, you went the odd day. That's your problem. Done. I've seen basically the ZGB 8200 and the ZAM. In real life, these have wheels. That's an issue with the game. I've seen stuff like these. Seen pretty much every baler on the bloody market at this stage, especially round balers. I have seen the Kuhn Varimaster in real life, as well as I think the Kverneland AB85. I've quite obviously seen a bloody man truck. I live in Ireland, they're everywhere. In terms of tractors for the game, I have seen the 15014. I've actually seen them, one of them. I've seen, I think I've seen a couple of Fortis 190s. Well, Portuguese shop being probably not. It's kind of hidden away in the next town. I've seen a couple of T6s, a couple of Pumas. Never seen a Lambo. Seen a few older Deutz-Fahrs, so they'd be more of the Agrostar design. I think I've actually seen an Agrostar too. And then we get into the stuff that I'll probably never see. Fast tracks, fucking everywhere. I want to see a Homer Terra Variant 600. just like, yeah, tractor, 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 clearly a tractor, clearly a tractor, clearly a tractor, clearly a tractor, 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 tractor. What the hell is that thing? Tractor, 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 Transformers, robots in disguise, tractor, tractor. I think the same goes in like harvest, beet harvest is like, yeah, harvester, 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 harvester. Yeah, tractors are super expensive to fix. Also, I'm going to get rid of the Kverneland DL that I accidentally bought and refund myself the 9,000 because that was silly. I don't normally do that, but that was me misclicking. Bizarrely, in terms of wheel loaders, it's mainly JCBs, older JCBs and some old Fords. Same with telehandlers, it's all kind of JCB everywhere. You've a lot of McCormick's in the area, you're not a fan. That's fair enough. What did I see being sold? I know I have it here somewhere. I'm just kind of looking through this now and seeing what tractor stands out. I saw a tractor being sold recently. I think it might well have been 698. Oh no, it was a 5712. Going into the next town, the town with the Pottinger dealership and the John Deere dealership. They're like down the road from each other. There's this garage that has like second-hand stuff. It's random vehicles. So you can see 13 Jeeps, 17 cars and a tractor on any given day. And they're selling a 5712. And I was like, huh, that's what it looks like in real life. In real life, that slope isn't as pronounced. It looks a lot nicer. I'll be quite honest, it does look a lot nicer in reality. In any case, we have hit the 2-hour mark, which means I can save the game. I'm going to have to exit to fix everything. Around here is John Deere's. Yeah, it's mainly John Deere's around here, but it's the ones that aren't John Deere's stand out a lot. So it's a lot of like 6 Series Deere's, a lot of 6Rs, some 5Rs and some 7Rs, but it's a lot of Deere's. It's mainly 6350s. But there is a good mix as well. Galway has an amazing mix. I have seen in Galway, South Galway, What was it? Oh bloody hell! I've forgotten the name of it now. What was it? New Holland Clayson. Like if you played 13, the one that Modding made, I literally saw that Clayson. It was amazing. It had like it looked like it was the Clayson from FS13. This was towards the end of FS13. I was like, huh. I had a haircut? Nope. I just tied my hair back. It's hidden back here. Just looks like I've had a haircut because it's neat for once. I need to de-neat it. Oh my god, look at all that grey. Look at that big patch of grey hair right there. Oh my god, that's distressing. I'm not that old. I'm not old enough to have like big patches of grey hair. Clayson nearest. Before this Clayson was out in the field after harvesting. It was actually sat beside a newer version of itself. There were two Claysons. One of them was just like the NI modding one from 13. It was amazing. It was really nice to see something that old still working, because the Clayson's a harvest from 63, I want to say. It was designed. So it might have been a 65 or 66 Clayson, but I mean it's still quite old. In any case, it is time for the stream to end, I'm afraid. We've been live for just over 2 hours, so I'm going to start the timer and say thank you all very much for watching today. It was a good stream. Didn't get too much. Didn't get too much done, just because it's slow going, but we managed to talk about a lot. I mean, there's no doubt of that. We talked about a whole lot of stuff. Until tomorrow or Tuesday, whenever I decide to stream again. It'll be one of those 2 days. If I'm super tired tomorrow, it'll be Tuesday. If I'm not, I'll be streaming some Project Cars tomorrow. Some actual Project Cars, not I've screwed up on YouTube and claimed it's Project Cars. Because I don't want to be giving away spoilers for the video tomorrow, which I haven't recorded yet. I might not comment on them for them, but I might like them. So thank you all very much for watching once again. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.